Hey, hey, hey. Nobody's here yet. Let's see. Yeah, that's better. There we go. Settings. See if we can find this. Can we find me on YouTube? Shaky. New channel one. Oh man, my picture is sideways too. Shaky. Huge. Okay. Post this in. Here I am. Well, while we're waiting on people to arrive, I will go ahead and pull up some information. The shipment has been delivered. Let's see if I can find out how much I paid for this stuff. HDZero, order confirmed. There it is. All right, so I need to wait till there's some people on. Right now, there's nobody watching. Actually, let me post to some other places like Facebook, Discord. Man, it was windy this morning, or last night. Hey, someone's here now. Let me send this to another group real quick. Got a signal group with some people on. Got some rock FPV. Here it comes. Yeah. Live now. Okay. That's good enough for now. I'm just doing this for me, really, but if you guys want to join, that's cool. So during Black Friday sales, I got a email from HDZero saying, actually, it wasn't an email, I think it was a Discord link, and it said we're gonna have some big sales. So I was able to purchase some stuff like I got two HDZero Lux cameras. The Lux cameras they're not the best cameras HDZero makes, but I think they're the best that they make. Yo, Gringo! What's up, man? You made it. But I love the Lux cameras for nighttime, and I like flying at night sometimes. So, one interesting thing about the Lux camera is it uses a different connector than the OG HDZero stuff. So, you'll notice that it just has. I took a shaky pill, I promise, but I'm still really shaky right now. You'll see it just has those connectors are those wires coming off of it, like regular wires. So it's an HD signal, but it's instead of it being like a bunch of digital signals, it's basically like digital encoded over analog. And so this only works if you get the right HDZero controller to go with it, or VTX. And so if anybody wants to go run out and buy one, just make sure you get the right one. Hopefully I did. I'm pretty sure I did. About 2 different VTXs. So I got those on Black Friday for, what did I get those for? I got 2 of them for $80, so $40 a piece. And then I got the AIO 15 and the AIO 5. But it doesn't say that on here, so I'm a little scared to open this because it just says, this one says HDZero AIO FC. Oh, there it is. It says name HDZero AIO 15. Cool. So that's the one I'm going to build today. I'm going to build a 1S. Come on, let go. Oh. What is going on? Why is that connected? Is that connected to? I guess I still have a controller on here. Okay, so I was going to make this toothpick with a 1S, whatchamacallit, a 1S analog flight controller. But I want to go HDZero. I want to start doing more with HDZero. A couple of reasons for that. One is I definitely notice the latency. So the latency with DJI is pretty horrible compared to analog or HDZero. And then DJI is just kind of getting harder and harder and harder and harder. Yo, Tobias Yoder. What's up, man? Good to see you. So anyway, this is cool that I found. Yeah, so I was going to put this. Okay, I remember. I was going to build this as a 1S. So this is the new newbie drone, like H735 or whatever. I'm not good with numbers, so I'm just making stuff up. But this is that flight controller that's analog, built in. As you can see, it's got the analog antenna coming off of it. So I'll redo that on like an 85mm or something. I want to build this toothpick, this TP3, as a HDZero. So okay, so let's open this. Oh, is this it? AIO-FC? Yep, AIO 15. So the AIO 15 is basically your step up from the AIO 5. And there it is. This is how it comes. Oops. With all my shaky glorious. But you know what? I need to turn my beauty light on. Oh, dang it. Come on. Yep, it's saying there's too much beauty. And it won't stay on. Oh, came back on. See, that's all it takes is just a little bit of humbleness, and it's like, okay, you're good. So, see a little better with the light. So this is the AIO 15. So we will be putting this together on this TP3. And the TP3 I got from CNC Drones. So if you wanted to get this, you just go to CNC Drones. It's $21.50 plus shipping. You can specify your arm thickness. I don't remember what I went with. I probably went with 3mm because I crash a lot. So yeah, it's I wish I had 2 of them. I need to order another one maybe, and that way I can do one with analog and one with HDZero and see which one I like better. That'd probably be a good idea. It'd also give me a backup. So these motors are the white. The dentist makes these. They don't have any markings on them at all. I can't see any markings on them at all. So I don't remember what they are. I just remember they're 1S motors from the guy that makes all the glide and the floss and all that stuff. Cool dude. I've chatted with him on some like emails or something. I don't remember. But this dude is like totally like he's a dentist, but he's totally into designing stuff. So I also bought. I'm going into FPV cycle. So I also bought a really long MIPI cable. Hey, worn up for HDZero because at some point I might want to change out this from analog. So this is my my new one that I've been working on for months. So it's not that new, but this is my 7.5-inch long range that it'll hold 3 cameras. So it'll hold, you can put a TPU full camera mount here. You can put one here so you get 2 different angles or 2 different like wide and narrow or whatever. And then if you wanted to, you can mount one on the back so you can get like a different angle of flying behind you as you fly away from stuff. And speaking of this, that's a good segue. So I might try putting HDZero on this at some point because I do have a freestyle that I ripped the UFL off of the other day trying to finish a 5-inch. And so I sent a picture of this to HDZero, and I don't know if you can see up in there, but yeah, the light's not good. But anyway, the UFL that's down in that hole is really just ripped off. And so let's see. So to do that, so when I sold traded my 10-inch long range, now I don't have a long range. So that's going to be my new long range. And I also traded all my batteries that I had made. And I had some really nice Molicel 21600 6S packs that I made. And I also on Black Friday saw that these people, which is 18650 battery store, had a sale. So since this one is a little bit smaller than that 10-inch, I wanted to do something a little bit different. So instead of 2 packs of 21600, I ordered 12 batteries, but I ordered 6 18650 and 6 21700. Yo, it's Mrs. Metalcraft. Awesome. We have all the cool kids here. We're especially blessed today because we have El Gringo. That dude is amazing lately. He's like into helping design a frame with TKS. When's that coming out, dude? Let us know in chat. I know you've been doing a lot of work with him on that. That is just freaking like, that's amazing. Like, awesome. I'm so happy for everyone involved in that. That's literally getting down into the weeds of FPV. Like, you're going to learn so much from that. So these are the 18650s. They are the Molicel P28A. So these are P28A, and there's 6 of these, and and they were like two little. I think they were under $3 a piece. They're really cheap. And then here's the 21700s, which are, I believe, the same ones that I'd made for my 10-inch Molicel P42A. So just enough to make 2 packs. Yes. Where is the monkey horror film? I need some horror film. It's past due. It's past due. You're getting points deducted now, El Gringo. You keep leading us along. You last said that you've got computer issues, but I've seen you on a live stream using your computer, so your computer works. So let's see it. Let's have this, because I mean, dude, if it's just 3 times as long as your teaser films and as high quality, it's like literally something you would go and see as a preview at a movie, like a legit movie. It's really fantastic. You guys have done amazing. Like really high quality. So where's it at? And if you don't hurry up, I'm going to drive down to Texas and spank you. Wait, you might like that. Okay. I will not drive down to Texas and spank you unless you get it out soon. Okay. So for those who missed my last live stream, this is the abomination that we made during it. This is horrible. It flies like it looks. Like the Tower of Pisa, like on 4 wings. It can't fly straight because it's such a, and even with me trying to hold it steady here, I don't know if you can see that, but it leans this way. It's leaning. Oh, no. No, man, don't tell us that. Oh, dude, there's ways to save data. You just need to know the tricks. So like I had a hard drive that did that one time. I, it would run. So the first step is you've got to get an external. I wish I had it in here. It's down in the basement. They make these things. You can get them from Micro Center. You get them from Amazon, but you literally you just you put it in the hard drive in, and it converts it to a USB. It looks like a toaster. You stick it in, and now your toaster box takes the hard drive and lets you connect it with USB to another computer. And then you can, like, if it shows up as like a D drive or E drive or F drive, you might be able to get to it. And I had one that it would let me get to it for like a minute and then it would die. And so it was like a bearing or something would freeze up. So funny I say freeze, right? So what I would do is I would put it in the freezer and let it get frozen for like 20 minutes. And I would take it out and it would let me get access to it for like 5 minutes until it heated up enough. And then I could drag the files off that I needed and it would copy them off. And then I could get the footage, whatever it was, pictures, go put it back in the freezer until I eventually got everything off of it. You had to wipe the hard drive to reinstall Windows. Well, that's not going to make it easy to recover. Yeah, that's not cool. That is not cool. Hey, cutie. Yeah.
Are you building it?
Not yet.
I want to see it when it's done. I want to see how small it is.
Okay. Here's what it's
The frame.
gonna go on.
You took your pill?
Yeah, I took my pill.
Oh, you're still pretty shaky.
Oh yeah, no, I'm shaking. Yeah, wipe. Always wipe. Unless it's data, and then please don't wipe. All right. What else did I get? So I got the AIO 5 as well. Let's take a look at it. Man, dude, that sucks. Keep backups. I've lost so much stuff. Like, okay, I had a GoPro with some really awesome footage down at a golf course community down the road from me where like all the rich people live. And they have these massive spires of rock that come out in between the fairways. Like it's like it makes the golf course look like it has a mohawk. Like a cool mohawk from like the 80s, like Glenn Plake. If you don't know who Glenn Plake is, which he's probably before your time, gringo, Google search. Well, you know what? I have a computer right here, and you guys are watching it. We're going to go Google Glenn Plake. Glenn Plake. There we go. If you have not seen any of the Warren Miller ski movies where he is flying off the cliffs in France and Chamonix and these different places, but look at that amazing mohawk, man. This dude has rocked the most awesome mohawk. Yo, Great Scott, what's up, dude? What's with the tiger? Peace, tiger. Yeah. All right, let's go to images. This guy's mohawk is just next level, man. Look at this. When I was a kid, this is who I wanted to be. When I lived in Taos, New Mexico, and I went skiing, I wanted to ski like Glenn Plake. Great Scott. Dude, you got to see him in real life. That is so awesome, man. He seems like a really cool dude, too. Look at that. Just freaking awesome. Glenn Plake. He was on that show a few years ago where they built people would bring their crazy rides to do a 4x4 competition in the in some like gravel pit type place. What was that? What TV show was Glenn Plake in with 4x4? Truck Night in America. Yep. If you guys have not watched Truck Night in America, go find it. It was amazing.
Justin, we are doing it, man. That was awesome.
So I used to watch this like every
Two
week. Couldn't
biggest
wait for it to come
distractions
out.
in my life, other than eat, sleep, and drink, is gasoline and gravity.
Anyway, Glenn Plake, shout out, man. Awesome dude. All right. What else we got? So this is the AIO. This is the AIO 5 compared to the AIO 15. Let's look at that. You know what? I'm going to take this. I'm going to take this camera off so I can hold it. I know I shouldn't hold stuff with my shakiness, but I'm going to. So there's the two of them side by side. The one with this is the AIO 15, and this is the AIO 5. So I want to try the AIO 5. I want to do a build with it as well, but priorities are AIO 15 on the toothpick first, and then everyone wants me to finish building. Where is it? Have it. Where'd it go? It's not there anymore. It used to be right there. That happened to my wing. All right, 1 second. Oh, there it is. So I keep getting asked to finish this thing and just get her done. So I need to finish this. So this will be what I work on after I get this toothpick built. So probably just broke something, but that's how we do it around here. We just throw stuff. So let me close up the AIO 5, put it over here. Put my Freestyle V2 that I ripped the UFL over there. And then let's plan out this. All right, so I guess this AIO 15 is one of those that comes with the little dongle. So you gotta have a dongle to connect up the flight controller. And then it comes with an XT30 with a little tiny capacitor on it. Look at that. Isn't that cute? Yay, capacitor. And then let's see, let's take it out of here. All right, so man, I'm getting old. I can't hardly see Jack anymore. All right, so it does have castellated solder joint for the motors on the side. This has a ELRS wire on the back of it. And then it has, like I said, all the castellated on the edges. So you can solder to the edge. I might, what do you guys think? Should I? No, I'm not going to do that. I thought about putting connectors on it. I'm gonna solder the wires to this and not use the plugs. I just don't want to. And then I wonder, yeah, so I'm gonna have to 3D print or use something like this. I do have, oh, that's not it. Those are motors. I do have a Beta FPV canopy somewhere around here that'll probably just flop on top of it. And that way I've got a way to put the Lux camera right on top of it. Because I don't know if you saw the wires from that camera, but they are short, super duper short. Look at this. Like there's literally just enough wire for it to go back down to the controller and just sit right on top. Might have to extend those wires. We'll see. But yeah, apparently their camera version 3, whatever they call it, is the best. But it's using that MIPI connector like I bought here. So I have a HDZero camera somewhere around here that uses that. That's the plan. All right, so let me move stuff around here for a second so that I can move over to the that it's wire, and cool that it's wire and not MIPI. Yeah, that's why. So 2 reasons why I bought that. I wanted low light camera, and the RunCam, or what they call the HDZero lux camera is their it's their day and night, like low light camera, and it uses, I don't know if they call it composite video or what, but it's HD over analog. Basically, it's a analog stream, so a single cable at RF frequencies, obviously. Like it's an electronic signal that's at whatever frequency they're encoding the digital onto it somehow. They're sending it as an analog signal. So it's not a digital needing all those parallel lines. Yeah, so let me move stuff around so that I can get over to my solder station. So bear with me just a sec. See if this works. I need another monitor over here so I can do this without looking back. Let's see. I think that'll work. Yeah. I can't see the chat very well. Let me move chat over. All right. I guess that's the best it's going to get from me. You guys, let me know. Does this work? I know you can't see. Can you? Can you see what I'm? Yeah, you can see what I'm working on. So I recently I had a Hako soldering station, and it died. And it died pretty spectacularly. Like I would plug it in, and the base unit started sparking. So that's not cool. Like that makes you not want to do stuff. What do I do to make this come out of retirement? So I bought this Weller because the other Hako they had at what do you call it, at Micro Center. Dude, it was like, I don't know, $600 or something stupid. I'm like, I don't have the money to do that. So I got this Weller because Weller's a really good brand. Apparently, it's a German brand made in Mexico. And one thing I like about it is I can turn it on, and then if I don't use it right away, it goes down to 350 degrees, even though I have it set to 723 degrees. So, so it kind of has like a standby ready to warm up, but not super hot all the time unless you're ready to use it. I see lots of Glenn and little of you. Oh, okay. Let's see. There, that should be better. Thanks, great. Appreciate it. All right. So let me get the, where'd it go? There it is. Okay. So you guys, if you watch this, you're gonna get to see how you can solder when you're super duper shaky like me. When you get old and you start getting Parkinson's. Okay, I don't have Parkinson's. I have what's called essential tremors. And it got way worse on my left hand when I had my car accident. That guy ran into the back of me. Now it's like ridiculous. It's not my fault. Leave me alone. Ground and voltage. So now I need to know which side do I want the power cable coming out of? Actually, I need to unsolder this wire from here. Of course, I made this decision after I already cut one of my long wires and soldered it to this board. Made a really nice soldered joint right there too for all three of these wires. And I think I started melting a prop. Let it go. Let it go. 2, 3. All right. We'll save you for another day. Okay, now let's get. Okay. So if this is face up, I want mostly to be able to get I think the motor plug should face down. What do you guys think? Should I make the motor plugs? So if I make the motor plugs face down, then my video antenna is on top. All my solder joints for my camera are on top. And I put, these things are so hard to figure out sometimes. Let me put the gummies that came with it so I see how much standoff I get. Has anyone ever built an AOS TP3 or a toothpick for that matter, like from ground up like this? Let me know. Wow. It comes with this little wire antenna that is ridiculously small. Holy cow, look at this. This is crazy. This is crazy. Tiny, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah. So Mrs. Metal, that is the throwing star. It's the AOS T3. Let's see. Sorry, it's using my left hand and it's so shaky right now. Sounds right. Check for us for USB clearance with the battery. Yeah, it's a good idea too. So this is the TP3 that I got from CNC Drones in Canada. I actually ordered it at the same time that I ordered the frame kit for this Falcon Red 7.5 inch. So this, sorry, it's over here. So this this frame, this 7.5 inch frame, I ordered it and basically just like, I love toothpicks. Let's throw in a toothpick frame too. And, you know, as you can see, it's pretty cheap. It's $21.50. So if you're already paying for shipping for something else, like you might as well, right? Like just throw it in there so you have something cool. And it's made by Chris Rosser. So, you know, it's going to be like all the harmonics have been smashed to smithereens in it. And, you know, it's just a neat design too. Like you said, it kind of looks like a Chinese throwing star, and comes with, you know, hardware to mount all kinds of stuff. All right, so let me. And this came with a bunch of stuff. that is easy to lose. So let me plug this cable into there. And then I'm going to plug this USB port into here. Where does it go? Oh, there it is. I couldn't find the hole. There we go. I found the hole this morning. Just throwing it out there. All right, so I'm going to put. Okay, so here's a weird thing. So and this is another question I have for the people who have probably built more than me. I've built a few quads, but I've crashed more than I've built. So check this out. Like, there's the gummy. And the gummy, turn this over here. The gummy is literally smaller. Okay, let me check the DMs. 73 sending me love messages. 73, I do not have a DM on Discord, and I don't have a text message, so I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, someone sent 73 a DM. Hey, 73. Okay. Sorry. That's another thing that, like, when you're streaming, sometimes you read things that aren't there. Yeah, I like listening to Hot Wings as well. Okay, so this gummy isn't far enough down to get it above the, like, so here's my problem. If I put this with the motor plugs face down, they're going to touch the carbon instead of the gummy. And I know I want the AIO isolated from the carbon. So I think I'm going to try, really don't want to, but I think I'm going to try to put, I need to bend this ELRS wire out of the way too. I don't feel where I'm going to put it yet. But so if I put them face down, if I put the gummy down, then it's going to insulate the flight controller. But if I put it with the motor tab or the motor plugs down, they touch the carbon frame by a lot, like a lot. So I'm going to go with turning it upside down, or yeah, I mean, it's basically upside down. Or is it? Because the arrow is up on top where the arrow is up on top where the motor plugs are. So I would think that that would be the top of the, you know what? Let's plug it in. Duh. I'm going to plug it in. We have this cool thing called a computer here. I already have Betaflight turned on. And this will let me make sure that this flight controller isn't like DOA as well. Plug it in. So if you hear a ding dong, that's me, not you. And survey says, can you You see what I see? Yeah, you guys can see this, right? So that is upside down. So it is expecting the motor plugs to be on the bottom. So what I do, I can flip it and just do it the way I think is right. I think I'm going to do that. I don't want to desolder these motor pads. That is just too much heat on the board. They got a lot of stuff on this board. It's going to need its whole life with me crashing it a lot. I don't want to cause any more injury to it by putting a hot soldering iron on it. So I'm just going to flip this board in the config. We're going to go to configuration. And first gyro is going to be CW at 90 degrees. We're going to take out the flip. So apparently they have it set up as flip. Enable but not calibrate. Well, let's just calibrate it so it shuts up. Shut up. We'll calibrate it more later. Okay. Now let's see where the arrow is pointed. The arrow. Oh, I saw the arrow on here earlier. Oh, no. Come on, arrow. I can't see. You know what? I've got glasses around here somewhere. Where's my glasses? Ah! I dropped it. Did it survive its first crash? I think so. Glasses. Where's my glasses? I just need some reading glasses. Thank you very much. Oh, there they are. Another problem with getting old. I'm going to move the camera over, or is this good since we're just looking at the TV? I mean, looking at the thing. All right, now I can see it up close. Where'd that stinking arrow go? Oh, there it is. Okay, so there's the arrow. All right, let's stick this on the table. Let's click calibrate. Back. I think it's definitely not back. Left. Right. So this is not right. So we need to do some more configuration. Let's try that. I'm sure there's some people who know exactly what to do. I'm more like let's just try stuff and see if it works. All right. Let's reset. Now let's calibrate. All right. That is correct. So if I put this on it right now, everything is correct. All right, let's do, while I'm here, let's do motors. And we're going to do props out. Oh, wrong one. Motor direction is reverse. Save and reboot. And the reason I do props out, see you 73. Have fun with those grandbabies. Thanks for joining. Yeah, I did a quick yas now. Right, so I like props out just because on especially something that I'm gonna be flying in the front yard, it's gonna hit leaves and trees, and I don't want it being like a hungry hippo and like pulling the two blades. If they're pulling towards each other, it'll pull the leaves, the twigs, everything towards the center and get it more wrapped up. Whereas if it's pushing out from the center, it will kind of be like, get away from me, bro. Don't tase me. So that's kind of what I'm looking at there. When I do that. Ports. I don't think I might even have to change anything because this has everything built in. So it should have everything ready to go. At some point, I would like to add a micro GPS just because I lost my last toothpick at a lighthouse on the East Coast. We were out there seeing my grandkids, and dang then you know, I lost a video signal, and the stupid thing went down somewhere on the property. And I had video from where right before I lost it, but it was still probably 30, 40 feet up. And man. All right, Gringo. Check your man. Love you. Sorry to hear about your losing a bunch of your footage. That's sad. But you will recover and smash it. Tell your lovely wife hi from McShaky, and love you guys. Cool, man. Thanks for joining. All right, so I don't want to lose another one. And if you have GPS, a lot of times you can find it. I don't run TBS Crossfire anymore because it let me down too many times. But man, I sure hope ELRS gets some of the same features TBS has, where you can actually hook up a battery, like those little batteries on the beepers. You can hook those up to it, and it will still transmit telemetry data, even if you like lose it and lose video. It'll still transmit telemetry. So we need that on ELRS. Let's see. Here's my big camera, DigiSight HD Cam. I don't even know if that's like probably prior to HDZero having their own branded cameras, because this came with this Freestyle V1 that I bought off of some Discord somewhere sometime. Yeah, I love that, how that toothpick flew. Then I lost. Sad day. All right. So we've decided we're gonna go with motor plugs up, and that means I need to finish putting these on with the thicker part of the gummy facing down. Maybe I should get my reading glasses again because I'm freaking blind. Freaking. All right. So Mrs. Metal is out there making some of her awesome video footage edits with her dude. Oh, crap, I dropped it. I love your taste in music, Mrs. Metal. I mean, it's worth watching just to listen to the cool music. And I like the mix. Like sometimes you've got some AI music that you have obviously put some thought into the lyrics, and other times you just got some cool music that is usually a remake of something that I listen to. Man, feels like I'm okay. Here's my first complaint of this AIO 15. The ELRS wire antenna, it makes this tight bend. Okay, I just moved it, but it makes a tight bend right underneath where the gummy goes. I was able to get it out, but man, that was not cool. I mean, they got to stick it somewhere. They put so much on this board. This is a seriously packed and fairly thick board. Like it's got some chonkiness to it. I used to have a bunch of chonkiness to me. I just bought new pants the other day, and my wife and I were thinking back to what I used to wear. Like before we moved to Colorado, I lived in Texas, land of the fat cows, and I was one of them. I was over 300 pounds and wore a size 42, at least 42-inch waist, at least. And now I wear 32-inch waist. And this morning I weighed 237. How did I do that? Living in Colorado is a big part of it because you look around and nobody is fat here except the transplants from Texas. I didn't want to be one of them. And so in Texas, you can't go for walks because it's like walking around on lava for 9 out of the 12 months of the year. It's horrible. And so it's hard to be active in a place that is so hot that it literally is just, you're trying to survive by going from one outdoor place to the next, or one indoor air-conditioned place to the next. All right, so I need to do the power cable first, and it needs to come up. It's really made to be done on the bottom side, but because they're castellated along the sides, like they pour the copper somehow along the sides so that it's got a full solder pad on the edge. I'm just going to do it there on the edge. All right. So anyway, yeah, and mentally, I wasn't doing great in Texas either. Would drive home and just think about like driving off of a bridge and different ways to go to the bottom of the lake. Not with any plans to actually do it yet, but I definitely had far too many days where I was thinking of stuff like that, or thinking about coming to Colorado and like driving off of a cliff. Like, it was pretty bad. So we moved to here, and took a little while. Got a job. So that's the thing. I loved my job in Texas, but the company got bought by Verizon, and I didn't want to work for Verizon. And so I started looking for another job, and I found a job here. And I thought it was going to be very similar, but turned out not to be. They hated veterans and people of my generation, and made it very clear. I could tell some crazy stories. What does she say? I was trying to stick with just metal rock punk music, but 8-bit cranks out so many tunes, and I want to help out the 90 crew when I can. I barely use my own Suno anymore. I know, man. I quit my Suno. 8-bit freaking rocks, man. Like, his stuff is not normal. He's a musician, and anytime I need something and I can't think of, like, sometimes I just have something in mind, right? Like, it's a tune playing in your head or whatever, and I'm like, what can I do with this? And if I don't have it in my head, I just start scrolling down the list and playing stuff from 8-bit, and that dude, he puts out some really cool stuff for what we do. And then, it helps him too, because he appreciates it. Like, when you're an artist, nothing feels better than people appreciating your work. And like, that's why artists do what they do. It's for their self-fulfillment and commitment to the art. But you want to share, right? Like, people can say they want to be a hermit and live in their own little spot and not be bothered by anyone. But that's not really what I think most people want. You want someone to say something nice, or tell you something, that you did was cool, or just appreciate you for you being you. And That's what's awesome about this FPV group and the 90 crew and FPV in general. Now there are some dillwads out there. It's no secret to some of you that um, I got dissed by a certain person, and he kicked me off his channel and kicked me out of his Discord, and which sucks because a bunch of my FPV friends were on his channel and on his Discord, and now I only see them when they're on either the 90 crew or come see me over here, or when I do El Gringo's, when I'm on El Gringo's Tuesday night stuff. So, but otherwise, man, yeah. Good to see you, Birdie. Is it Birdie? No, who is it? Yeah, Birdie. Cool. Like Birdie. Birdie, I think I met Birdie online over there, and then the only time I see Birdie now is either on El Gringo or here, or I think that's it. Maybe sometimes you show up on Infinity Loops, but yeah, been there for Birdie's whole saga of what he went through. I'm not gonna talk about it right now because that's his story, but man, really great people in FPV that I've met online, and hopefully one of these years I can travel to some of the meetups. So ground is over there by the buzzer. So we're going to do ground right there. And meet some of you guys in person sometime. Right now, I had a meeting with my bosses yesterday where they basically told me I'm a piece of crap. That kind of sucks. Because everyone I work with really likes working with me, and they really like the work that I do. But because they can't prove that I'm actually working from home when I'm working from home, they want me to now give up my company computer and come in and have a badge that proves that I badge in for 8 hours every day. It's just like, I've never worked somewhere that cared about that more than this place. It's crazy. Like everywhere I've worked, they care about like the work you do, and everyone I work with loves the work that I do. But that's not good enough apparently. So whatever. All right, so let's get some solder pre-soldered onto this ground side. It's going to take a little bit because the grounds go for, there's a lot of copper there. All right, we got that one. Now let's do the positive side. It usually goes a whole lot faster because there's not a big ground plane that you're working with. All right, now let's put a bunch of solder on the tip here. Maybe not a bunch, but let's put some. I agree, Mrs. Metalcraft. I agree. Look, I don't care if you're independent, Republican, Democrat, devil worshiper, whatever. I literally have had friends over the years of every one of those, and I'm not kidding. Like, I used to work with a guy who he was like a warlock or something. I don't know. I didn't care. Like, whatever. He was just a cool dude, really smart guy. Knew Windows Server like the back of his hand. I should take these propellers off. I think I'm going to end up melting them because I keep touching them with a soldering iron. All right, let's try this again. Like I said, what I should be doing is putting this in one of these clamps and using that to hold it because my shakiness doesn't help And these are really nice props. I don't want to mess them up. And I think these the tips of these power cables, I think they come pre-tinned with leadless solder, which seriously sucks. So I'm going to put a whole bunch of flux on here because that tends to help it better. And then I'm going to put some more of this melty stuff, lead solder. Just really get a nice big bubble there. And there we go. And that is how you do it right there. Because that all of that flux really made it just want to suck this thing up and put it on there. So we're going to do a lot of flux again. Ow! Holy crap, that's hot. Okay, where's my canned air? I don't see my canned air anywhere. So usually what I do to cool stuff down so it's not like sitting there in the heat all day is I turn my canned air upside down and spray some I knew it took a warlock to understand Windows. Move for us. Let me go back to a bigger camera. There we go. Sorry about that, guys. I'm still new to this whole live streaming stuff, so send me a message. Finally cut and change all my own STL. Now I have a shit laptop and found a way to still get it. Nice, man. That's nice. The one who kicked McShaky is missing out. Yep. One McShaky for us. More for us. I knew it takes a warlock. Snip the end, no mixing. Here. Snip the end, no mixing. I don't know what that means. All right. I do need to snip the end though. I need to snip the end of this. Boy, that's a satisfying click. I don't know if you heard that. That felt good. All right. Let me make sure my temperature's up. That's the only thing, this Weller, man, it likes to go to sleep on you. And next thing you know, you're like, wait, I'm still trying to use you. There you go. Smoke and solder. All right, let's pull this out and snip these ends of the power so they're not hanging down too much. All right, so I've heard a lot of people lately talking about using liquid electrical tape. I've been down that rabbit hole, and my suggestion is do not ever use liquid electrical tape on anything FPV related, because every time I've used it, things have caught fire. I don't know what's going on, and I really don't care. It's just not a good thing. So I would not do that. All right, so we've got the power on here. The AIO 15. Do they make 1S cells with a BT or with an XT30? This is an XT30 connector. I don't know if I have any 1S with XT30. And this does do 1S, right? Let me look up this specs real quick. I'm like, I need to make sure I'm not being stupid. The stupider. Right. Let's see. Let's go back to this. Okay. HD Zero AIO 15. Oh crap, man, it's a 2S. Okay, so this is not going to use those motors. So I'm going to have to put different motors on here. That's fine. I'm just glad I figured that out before I soldered all the motors on there. Soup is done. My wife makes, it's like she found the what do you call it? Till it cures. Soldering's not scary. Just here's the thing, Mrs. Metalcraft. Use lots of flux. Use good flux. So, all right. So I couldn't find my little injector of flux the other day. So I went to Micro Center and just bought the nasty stuff they had there in a tube, and it does not work as well. It freaking sucks. It's horrible. It just doesn't work as well. This stuff, Chip Quick, NC191, find that and get that, and it will make your soldering so much easier. As you saw earlier, right? Like I put some flux on there, and it didn't work that great. And then I put a whole bunch of it, and it worked great. It just needs enough to go around everything you're soldering. So like oxidation is a big problem, where something to do with it. It keeps the heat from penetrating into the metals, and when you put the flux on it, it just fixes all of that. So it gets rid of it. It's like some kind of petroleum that breaks down the oxidization, I believe. This is all from years and years of deep study. So take what I'm saying as gospel, right? Okay, maybe not. But I can just tell you, it does work a whole lot better. All right, I'm going to bring this over here because I like being over here better. I like being over here better. Move my light so that I don't look like a big shadow head. And somehow this thing, I must have given it the command to zoom in on something. Let's put it further away. Sorry if it's making you motion sick. It feels like it's really zoomed in. Let me open, what is that called? So I got my camera idea from, I asked Heads, and he said, always use the Insta stuff. And I'll tell you what, man, it looks good. In real life, I'm like disgustingly ugly. Like you, but on here I actually look almost okay. Hey, look at that. So that'll move to my face. We'll do that for now. All right, so the AIO 15 is a 2 to 3S digital AIO system. So I've got to find some 2S. Actually, you know what? What do I have? I don't want to take the motors off of my, well, maybe I could, and then it would build real fast. Ooh, I bet these aren't long enough. are these connectors long enough? If I take them off of my baseline, you know, when I first saw it, I called it a bass line. And I'm like, wait, how do you spell bass? Yeah, yeah. I don't think these are long enough connectors. Let's try it. Let's see. Because if I can just take these off of this Modula 8 transformer that I transformed into a baseline, then it would be so easy to just plug motors in. Let's see. I am in need of this maybe. No, too big. That's what she said. Maybe the 1.5 millimeter. I bet that's. Yep. All right. We are taking the screws out of here. These motors. And motors will go over here because there's an empty spot there. Before I do all of them, I'm just going to do one and see if it fits. Yeah. Shaky hits again. Okay, now these screws are using, that might be another issue, is the screws may not work. All right, these are Phillips, of course, because let's not stay consistent in anything in FPV, especially propeller sizes, right? Because we got to change from millimeters to inches just to mess with people. Just for someone's laugh joke at all of us. I need to change this from top chat to live chat. It's weird that it would do that even for the creator. All right. I have a feeling this is not going to be long enough, but you know what? Let's try. You never know. This can't push the 3-inch prop, so this is not the right, even though it's a 2S motor, can't push a 2-inch prop. So what am I thinking? I'm not thinking. That's the problem. But will this fit? Where did there it is. No, that's not it. Where did the AIO go? Yeah, that's it. It's being done. All right, let's plug this into one of these. Does it plug in? Does it even fit? Come on. Nabbit, drop something. Now I felt something hit my leg, which means something's on the ground. The heck, man. This looks like it should fit. Doesn't want to go in. There it is. Okay. What did I drop? The propeller. Propellers, okay. No mind dropping propellers. Just little bitty screws that I might. All right. It is getting hot in here, man. I need to like open a window or something. Just think. Whatever problems you have, don't have the shakes. And it would just barely fit. All right. This is going to need more brains than I have. Can I use this motor? You know what? I don't want to use this motor. This is for my Modula 8 conversion. We're not going to use that for this. I have I have something. I have something. Let's put this over here. Let's go over here. Because somewhere over here, I have some sub 250 motors. I have some motors that are meant for this. And I just gotta find them. I'm pretty sure they're on this desk somewhere. Maybe they're in this. These motors. I bet these motors will work. Because this is for a beta FPV Pavo something. The heck? What was I doing with this? All right, so this is a beta FPV 1103 6500. But man, those are short wires. There is no way that would reach. Those are the right sized motors, but they wouldn't work. Or these look like they're off of an Air 65 or 75. 0802 19500. Yeah, those are not the right ones. I'm not stealing off of my crossbow. What about this thing? So, interesting story. I have all these extra arms because when CNC drones made my what's it call it? My Falcon RPM blah blah blah, my Falcon 7.5 inch. They had two orders come in, mine and someone else's, and then they cut all the arms and they sent me two sets of right hand arms and the other order two sets of left hand or vice versa, something like that. So man, this is like right in the way. Whoa. Timber. I don't know. This needs to go over here. Ah. Hey. Hello. Can you come over here? Man. Live streaming. Heads makes it look so easy. Little do I know. It's a pain in the butt pay. All right, we'll do that. We'll do that for now. Do I have motors in here? Actually, I do, because I have. Oh yeah, this is a 2S. I can salvage from this. Yeah. Okay, let's do that. This is a what's that crappy company? I mean, it's not crappy, but kind of. It's the cheap stuff. All right. I'm trying to find stuff around here with all this mess. If I just wouldn't be so messy. Yeah, he does have a million cameras and a lot of practice. All right. So I need to find a way to. I'm opening a door, man, or my window. It is freaking hot here. Already got my already got my pants like hiked up to my knees. See if this one works. Was hoping to like edit this into a video to play on Headstream tonight, but I don't think I'm gonna make it that far, but we'll see. You never know. You never know. But you know, it'd be cool to have like, because it's night here, you know, it's dark. I'm looking at the Christmas lights outside. And so it'd be neat to fly that Lux camera and get some cool night shots like Mrs. Metalcraft likes to do. Yeah, you're actually one of the reasons I'm building this, Miss Metalcraft. I want a Lux camera from watching your videos, so I ended up buying two of them and these two AIOs, one for a toothpick and one for a 65 millimeter to fly indoors. So it's all your fault. But thank you for that. There's three. I can't think of the name of this company that this is from. Yeah. All right, there's one. Are these 3-inch props on here? Doubt it. I don't know. These cables look long enough though. Right, let's bring my OmniFixer back over here. Make sure this works. I don't want to go too far with one path and not be sure that something works. Oh yeah, definitely long enough. 100%. 90%. And are these 3-inch? No, these are 2.5-inch. So I will need to put new props on this. Let me see if I can take the props off while I'm holding it. Might be easier after it's on. Oh wow, this prop popper is for tiny stuff, not this big, these big old 2.5-inch props. Well, it'll probably be easier once I have it mounted than to try to do it with it off. Because when you have arthritis, again, the old people problems, it hurts pulling props off. It hurts. Hurts, I tell you. All right, let's make sure the bolt pattern works. Put one in. This is kind of cool though. Building with friends. My wife did text me that the soup is ready. She made what's it called? So we really like the soup at Carrabba's. Yeah. No, not Carrabba's. Maybe Carrabba's. No, it's not Carrabba's. Maybe it is Carrabba's. I don't know. Yeah, I think it is Carrabba's. Anyway, they have a minestrone time. Is it Carrabba's you made that soup, baby?
The knockoff?
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Okay.
have a piece of garlic bread if you'd like. You can come get it.
Okay. She has a piece of garlic bread. I can come get it if I would like. How awesome is that, man? Next year, December 18th, we'll be 31 years married. We got married when we were 18. We got married while I was in the Air Force. I was stationed at Biloxi going to tech school. And all right, this looks like it's going to work. And I could probably fly it with these propellers, but I like the ones that are on there better. But I may try it with those propellers just to see how it flies, and then swap it out with the bigger props, see how they work. But I'm gonna go get some food, go get some dinner, and I'll probably try to finish the rest of this up, not on camera. And then if I can get it finished before the 7:30, that's like in an hour. There's no way I'll get this finished by then, I don't think. There's always a possibility, but it'll definitely be more possible if I'm not live streaming. So I'm gonna jump off, go grab some soup and French or garlic bread, and I'll probably be able to think better if I have some food as well. Getting a little dry mouth from all the talking, and we'll see you guys tonight. It is Saturday, right? Isn't the live stream tonight? It's yes. It's tonight. Yeah, today's Saturday. Yeah, so tonight. Cool. All right, y'all. I really thanks so much for joining me with this. Really just so cool to have people that like to hang out with you. Even if we're all over the country, all over the world, no matter where you are. It's been great. Being able to chat with you guys and live stream, and we'll do this again soon. But I appreciate you, and we'll hopefully see you on Infinity Loops tonight. Good night.